Real Country 1430 AM and 1073 FM WRDN. This is the WRDN Morning Farm Report. I'm Brian Winnekins, and joining us this morning is Shawn Conley. He is with the UW Extension, and we are going to talk a little bit about the upcoming Wisconsin Soybean Association and the Soybean Marketing Board's soybean yield contest. And thank you to the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board, along with Wisconsin Corn Growers Association, Wisconsin Farmers Union, Synergy Co-op, Osteoplastics, Compeer Financial, Animal Wellness Center in Buffalo Valley, Anabasilo, and Elsivia Co-op. And Shawn, again, thank you for joining us. And the getting ready for the starting to sign up for the soybean yield contest. And last year we had one of the winners from right here in my neck of the woods in western Wisconsin, just outside of Durand. So this is something that's kind of fun for really all soybean growers to get involved with.
Yeah, Brian, this is a great opportunity for farmers from across the state. Kind of get a little bit of a friendly competition amongst each other, but also go out there and work with your retailers, your crop consultants, your seed suppliers, and really try some things different on a small amount of acres, see what really works, see what drives yield, and tends to lean into profitability, and then you can apply those on larger and broader acres to really help improve the overall environmental and economic sustainability of your farm. So this has been a great program, and I enjoy working with the farmers on this and getting to see them come to Corn Soy Expo and celebrate afterwards.
You mentioned, yes, this is a fun competition. Everybody likes to kind of, who can do best, but you mentioned that real critical part. There's a lot of things that have come from this contest that are being used now in the fields, isn't there?
Yeah, it's a really good opportunity for farmers to try new things and test out how they are at a small amount of acres. Usually on these yield contest parts of the field, the farmers watch them a little more closely. They're monitoring, soil test levels, leaf tissue, running drones over it, looking for NDVI, just looking for any type of management differences that they can parse out from what they put on here for inputs, and then say, all right, this cost me X amount of dollars, and I've got this benefit in terms of yield gain. This is something I can apply across all my acres and really help push my farm average yield and profitability forward. So it's great, and I really enjoy it, and hopefully farmers do too.
Talking with Shawn Conley with the University of Wisconsin, talking about the Wisconsin Soybean Yield Competition. Sign up underway right now, and registration deadline August 31st. But best to get signed up now, and because we're at the beginning of the planting season. Shawn, over the years that you've been doing this, for some of the winners and some of the things that they've done, have you been able to take that information and use it in the classroom and in your own research?
Yeah, we have, Brian. So what this really has allowed us to do is really adapt in a broader acreage what farmers are doing and what kind of works in the northern part of the state, southern part of the state, east and west, and to be able to implement that and put that into my own research projects and see how that pencils out here. And I think the best part about it is kind of has, gives that familiarity and really helps those farmers have those communications with their seed input suppliers. And I know there's a lot of strong relationships out there anyhow, but it really helps start that off in the beginning. And I've had some really good interactions with the input suppliers. And it's always funny when you go to Corn Soy Expo, it doesn't take long for those input suppliers to put their yield contest winners on their front booths to kind of announce that we helped them win. So it's kind of a win-win for industry as a whole.
Talking with Shawn Conley with the University of Wisconsin Extension, and also UW Madison about the soybean yield contest. Now, Shawn, that's you kind of mentioned this, the different areas, regions of the state. That's how this is set up, because in northern Wisconsin, it's going to be a lot different than in southern Wisconsin and Dane County, that's for sure. And so that's why you have this kind of divided up, right?
Right, Brian. So every year what we do is we do a rolling 10-year average yield, and we try to kind of parse it out to make sure it's fair and equitable across the state, so that obviously someone in northern Wisconsin isn't competing with a farmer down in Iowa County, somewhere that really there's the environment, cells, everything is deeper. So we really try to make it fair in terms of being able to what that average yield on a per county basis is. So that makes it fun in that way, but also gets more people involved, and the more farmers that we can recognize across the state for doing a good job in growing their soybeans really helps move the farm program, Wisconsin Soybean Farmers, ahead further. It really kind of helps adapt those acres and Brian, when I first came to Wisconsin, I've been here I think this is my 16th growing season. We had 1.5, roughly 1.4, 1.5 million acres. This year, we're looking at maybe going 2.2 to 2.3 million acres. So we've gained a significant amount of headway in terms of the amount of acres we've adapted and moved into. And a lot of it has actually come from the northern part of Wisconsin. We've seen a lot of better yielding genetics, better management. I think as farmers have adopted new management strategies, have gone through and actually managed soybeans as a crop. When I first came to Wisconsin, that was always like the redheaded step cousin, if you will. No one really wanted to talk to it or manage it or do anything like that. But now people are actually saying, wow, if I actually put some money and dollars and invest in soybeans, I can get a significant return on investment. It's a very profitable crop for many farmers across the state.
Talking with Shawn Conley this morning with the University of Wisconsin on the soybean yield contest going on the registration now with Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board, also the Wisconsin Soybean Association as well. So Shawn, how there's kind of a couple different avenues for farmers and even seed growers to get involved with this, or the input folks. Explain that, how folks can sign up.
Sure. There's a direct way that farmers can do it themselves. They can go into my website, which is www.coolbean.info. Right on the front page, there's the yield contest forms they can download and send it in. This last year, actually, what really helped drive the number of applicants we had was a seed dealer program that the Soybean Association, Soybean Marketing Board promoted with the seed dealers to help them kind of promote within their teams and across the farmers in their areas to help promote them. So last year we had the most entries that we've ever had. We had 75 entries, which was a really good number. But then a couple of other things on top of that, Brian, is we have some new categories that I really try to help encourage farmers. Like one of the categories we have this year that's this is the second year of it, will be like the new farmer entry. So if a farmer has never submitted one before, they are put into a category by themselves. So it gives them an opportunity to learn, and they're not competing against some of these farmers that have been doing this for 15 plus years. So there's a little bit of a opportunity incentive there. But then we also have the planting green category as well. We're seeing more and more interest with farmers, putting cover crops out there in the system and trying to keep those cover crops out on their fields for as long as possible to sequester carbon, to manage weeds. So that's another opportunity for farmers that are really trying to implement cover crops and be able to look at that as a system and be able to apply that way. So there's multiple different areas that they can apply across the state. And I think it's, again, just a great way for them to learn, peer learning. I could sit up there for hours and hours and hours, but you get two farmers, in the back of the room or in the back of the bar after Corn Soy Expo or wherever you might be there, have a lot of good conversations. And that peer-to-peer learning is a really important thing among farmers. And I think this contest gives them that opportunity to have those conversations.
Not only do you have the peer-to-peer learning, but you also get to have a little bit of fun too. And everybody likes to have the bragging rights, don't they?
That's exactly right.
And so again, that website where farmers and even seed dealers can go if they want to get involved with this, how can they do that again?
Sure. So the website is www.coolbean.info, or you can just Google Wisconsin Soybean Association, Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board, and be able to go and get access through your association websites as well. Or you can just kind of Google me, and then feel free to follow me on Twitter. I'm at BadgerBean, or X, I guess it's called now. I don't know if I'll ever get that one straight, Brian, but on X, and that way I push out this information. So farmers will see this all summer long as I'm trying to encourage people to join. And I know farmers are always a little slow to begin with because they don't know how the season's going to go. And I know, last year, a lot of farmers were a little concerned about how dry it was. But if you look at the ended up, well, we were all darn near a record year, even with how dry we were across the state. And ultimately, Brian, every year at Corn Soy Expo, I have a farmer come up and say, "Oh, I would have beat that farmer." Well, you can't win if you don't enter. So that's what I always try to encourage farmers to do.
I like that. You can go to coolbean.org or coolbean.com, or you can also the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board, Wisconsin Soybean Association website, or again, you can just also do a search for Shawn as well and reach out to him on the soybean yield contest going on this year. And again, don't forget, you have until August 31st, but why don't you get signed up now? That's Shawn Conley with the University of Wisconsin. This is the WRDN Morning Farm Report.